PK in the universe, here to talk about the movie Spartan. Spartan is a 2004 movie starring Val Kilmer, and it's a political military thriller espionage kind of movie. Also, there's rescuing and it talks about terrorism. It talks about a lot of different aspects. Well, let's get started. I want to talk about how I found this movie. Well, first off, a little bit about my background. I'm recording this video in the month of May. May is very much a military month for me. Because first you got Armed Forces Day, which celebrates our armed forces who are currently still serving in the U.S. military. And then you have Memorial Day, which is to honor those who are no longer with us who served in the military. Not to be confused with Veterans Day, which is in November. And then for me personally, May 27th is the anniversary of the day I first joined the U.S. Air Force, and my first day of basic training was on May 27th, 2003. So this is the 17th anniversary, I believe, of my first time when I first joined the Air Force, and I was in for 9.5 years. Had some good times back in those days, and one of those times was finding this movie, actually. I had a good friend of mine who I knew, Jim DeRolf, and he had introduced me. We were both serving in the Air Force, and he was like, "Hey, have you ever heard of the movie Spartan?" I'm like, "What the heck is Spartan?" In fact, I bet a lot of you guys are wondering the same thing. What the heck is Spartan? Spartan is a movie, I guess, starring Val Kilmer, Derek Luke, Ed O'Neill, William H. Macy, Kristen Bell. There's a pretty star-studded cast, really, and I think some of these people were more well-known than others. It's an interesting movie, and I was like, I've never heard of this movie. Why have I never heard of this movie? And it's only available on DVD. This has, at the time of this recording, never got a VHS release and never got a Blu-ray release. So this is like the only way you can view this. And what can I say about this movie? Do you guys like Tom Clancy, Jack Ryan type movies? Well, you might like this if you would like to see a Jack Ryan movie, but more abstract and more cryptic and more, if Jack Ryan was like a really more mysterious character and you knew very little about this character. And that's the character Val Kilmer plays, is this character named Robert Scott. Robert Scott, that's what they call him, but nobody knows what his real name is. He's a part of no official or unofficial organization. He's not really Delta. He's not Black Ops. He's like something else entirely. And one of the big themes is like one Riot, one Ranger. He's the one man they, send to do like these really specific type of jobs. You get the impression that he's a military member or was a military member because at one point someone refers to him as Master Gunner, which I thought, and I'm an Air Force guy, so I didn't know what the heck that was. There's reference to him being a former Marine. And so I did a little bit of research. At first I thought it meant like Master Gunnery Sergeant, but it actually is a Master Gunner is a type of warrant officer, which I had no idea about. The research I did was correct. If it is not, correct me in the comments section, please. And if you know that answer to that. But anyways, so he is this guy who just goes from place to place and does these things. Well, the story revolves basically around there's this high-ranking politician's daughter is kidnapped, and there's a lot, and basically he's got to get her back. But it's not like the traditional one Riot, one Ranger. There's a big twist because there's all kinds of conspiracies happening here, and there's all these questions. And it's one of those movies I totally recommend watching, and it's dirt cheap. Like, literally, I bought this. I have a copy of this movie, but I bought another one just because I didn't have the case. And I bought this for 99 cents on eBay, okay, with shipping and handling. So it's a movie that can be found, okay? And it's one of those movies I don't feel like a lot of people are looking for, and that is a shame because it is awesome. Yeah, it's like a military political thriller. Also, it's kind of like, it reminds me a lot, guys, if you guys know, I love video games. Video games are my primary passion, but I'm trying to expand more into film, but I also want to kind of talk about maybe just real quickly here, what kind of video games I was into when I first discovered this movie, and then you'll maybe understand why I was so into this movie to begin with, and that is, these were the kind of games I was playing back in the day, like Metal Gear Solid, This is very much a character, maybe not, because there's the whole theme of political thriller, but obviously everybody knows who Snake is. But he's also that but the Robert Scott character very much is the kind of man, he's the one man who can get it all done kind of thing. Spy Fiction, which was, Spy Fiction is an awesome game. Actually, after I'd gotten done playing the Metal Gear games, I wanted more, stealth kind of games. So Spy Fiction, the most classic of all James Bond's, 007, From Russia with Love. Oh man, another story about a one-man army of trying to get something done. And then of course Resident Evil 4, of course. And Resident Evil 4, of course, is a story about a secret agent, Leon Kennedy, trying to rescue the president's daughter. So it's like all these games encapsulate why I really enjoy the movie Spartan. Just for me, so yeah, a gamer who likes these games might actually like this movie. I'm telling you right now. And if you like a Tom Clancy kind of, political thriller, this movie is one of those movies I would highly recommend. So that's my thoughts on the movie Spartan. What are your thoughts? Have you seen the movie Spartan? If not, you should go check it out. Comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay awesome in this universe. Thanks. Bye.